All right, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Thought I'd come up, do another quick podcast, new episode, talk about some things. Um, May the Force be with you weekend. Cinco de Mayo weekend, big weekend. A lot of big things happening. Weather's not cooperating how it should, but anyway, thought I'd come over here and try to do some rambling for y'all, talk about what's going on since last episode. I'm trying to get back into the swing of this thing, trying to find the motivation to figure out what I'm doing, find out where I'm going with this thing. And slowly it's creeping back on me. Don't know if it's the change of the weather, if it's just getting more interest of people wanting to do the podcast, coming back on, wanting to sit and talk. But yeah, just trying to get back into the swing of things, make it more of a routine. But like I said, big weekend. Rocky's got a new ball, so sorry for if you're hearing that in the background. It squeaks. But you might see him on camera here in a second. But anyway. Yeah, I wrote down some things. Thought I would talk about. Things have been going through my mind. Trying to keep a list here on my computer and paper. I'm trying to stay on course. So guess we could start off. I mean, first things for first. I mean, obviously, I feel like I talk about entrepreneurship, CrossFit, golf. What else have I been talking about lately? Jason and I were talking about a bunch of, how the podcast came, some grassroots type stuff. But a lot of things that I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts lately, and Andrew Huberman, which I know he's kind of having some issues right now as far as his personal stuff. But still, I still listen to him. But that's a different subject. We can talk about that later if we want to. I'll write that down. I didn't expect to talk about that, but we can talk about it later maybe. But recently he had somebody on about finding your purpose in life. And it hit home with me. It made me try to think about what I'll do with my life. But anyway, that's what I want to talk about in this episode. I also want to talk about maybe some people pleasing. I feel like I've been noticing that a lot about myself too lately. But where do I want to start? Where do we want to go? Rocky, what do you want to start at? He still got his ball. He's happy. Let's keep things light. Filming in my little office here that I've made for myself, so it's still kind of under construction. You don't ignore this thing right here. I got a new desk I'm working with. I got my old desk here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but not sure how I position the camera. But anyway, you might be able to see my Lego collection here behind me and over here to the side, ones I'm working on. But yeah, like I said, it's under construction. Trying to get me a little studio going here. Studio / office / man cave / whatever. Kentucky Derby. Forgot about that. That's big going on this weekend. So it's a big weekend. We got Star Wars Day. So the day I'm recording this, May 4th, Star Wars Day. It's 5:38. Am I a big Star Wars fan? I watched all the movies. Am I super die hard about it? I mean, I like them. The movies are good. I've watched some of the what do you call it? The spinoffs. Like the Mandalorian, I thought was really good. Obi-Wan, that spinoff on Disney was good. I don't think they're spinoffs. Probably people are yelling at me for saying that word, but I'm sorry. But I like the movies. They're fun. I like the stories. I like the characters. But yeah, I just never went down the whole completely let's nerd out on those Star Wars things. But they're good. There's nothing wrong with Star Wars. But I got a couple pairs of socks I think I used to wear for Star Wars Day. Just to represent. Sorry if I'm sniffling and whatever in the mic here. Allergies are crushing me this year, of course. So, Star Wars Day, like I said, Cinco de Mayo. I'm not playing golf tomorrow, so I'm not really probably going to celebrate too much of Cinco de Mayo. It might make me a little tequila drink or something, get a little crazy. That was stupid. But and also the Kentucky Derby. It's 5:40. We'll start there. Um, Let me write that down. I'm trying to make myself. I didn't write that down to talk about, but let's do it. Put some money on it this year. Lucky number 3 horse. Let's go Mystik Dan. Let's see what the current odds for the Kentucky Derby are right now. I got my VP on here, so it's probably gonna not let me out. Let's see. Current odds. This is coming from the courierjournal.com. Says love. Just give me the stuff. Fierceness, I think, is the favorite. Fierceness, cool name. It's a really cool name. All these horses just have really, really cool names. I don't know who thinks of these names and who does it, but whoever's doing it, they do real. But I mean, I guess you really couldn't call your dog some of these names, right? Like T.O. Password. That's one. West Saratoga. That's a cool name. Endlessly. Forever Young. Just a Touch. I mean, we're going to go yelling through the park. Just a touch. Come here. Yeah, you might get kicked out of the park and you might have a lawsuit on your hands. But yeah, just a touch. Come on, man. Or you could start yelling out for Epic Ride. Epic Ride, come here. Looking for Epic Ride. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But Mystik Dan, he's a guy I put a little money on. Why not? It's fun. You're supposed to. That's one of my life goals is to actually go to the Kentucky Derby. And actually, my friends and I, we actually looked at getting tickets and all this roughly a year ago. And I should text him actually about this, but it's pretty hard to get tickets. I think you have to be it's like almost a lottery unless you really know somebody, hunch, hunch, wink, wink, or nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So if anybody's listening to this that's got connects, want to hook me up with some friends with the Kentucky Derby, you should help me out. And it's not that far from here. It's in Louisville, so it's like a 6-hour drive. Just a quick plane ride. No big deal, right? But it's cool. I thought about it would be cool to go get the mint julep. That's always fun. And plus, it's almost like a fashion statement to go there. You got to dress to impress. But it'd be cool to get a nice little suit, maybe like an old school suit, like a Frank Sinatra type thing. A little derby hat kind of going. Be cool to go with. But anyway, looking up Mystik Dan odds here. Let's see. Where's he at? Thought he was a number 3 horse. Yep. So 16-1 odds currently on. This is from sports.yahoo.com. Duke's not liking that. 16-1 odds. Not great. Not terrible. I mean, it's not 32-1 with catalytic here. Dude. Society, man, 46-1. But Fierceness is looking at 7-2. Sierra Leone, 5-1 odds. But anyway, Grand Mo the First, 45-1 odds. Oh, that's not looking good. Track Phantom, 41-1. Where's Just a Touch? Are you going to see Just a Touch? Control F. Touch. 10-1. He's not 10-1 odds. That's not terrible. Better than Mystik Dan. Also, they spelled Mystik wrong. Mystik. Interesting. But so anyway, I usually put like $10, $5, stuff like on these type stuffs. That's a little skin in the game, make it fun. Why not? Gambling addiction is a real thing, though, but that could be another subject for another day as I sit here and talk. Again, sorry for sniffling and stuff. Allergies are killing me tonight. I don't know what is going on. I thought the rain would help them out, but they're not. Get another little swig of that beer right there. Maybe that'll help. So anyway, Kentucky Derby's going on. Let's ask AI. I talked a little bit about that in my last previous episode. Let's ask it. We're using Google Gemini here. I've got out of Chat GPT. That's because I'm not paying for any of the AI type stuff yet. But get this mic a little closer here. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Who we got? Hey, who will win this year's Kentucky Derby 2024 based on the odds that are currently presented? That sounds like a pretty good answer, or a pretty good question. Probably like, okay, I cannot do this. I cannot. While odds can be a good indicator, it's possible to predict the exact winner of the Kentucky Derby. However, based on current odds, Fierceness is the morning line favorite with 5-2. Sierra Leone follows closely at 3-1. These odds are both suggested and stay up to date. CBS Sports, Los Angeles Times. All right. Okay. Let's ask it. Let's see. Taking odds out of the question, who do you think will win the Kentucky Derby? Probably say nobody. I can't do that because I'm not programmed to do that, or whatever it says. Yep. As a large language model, I can't predict the future or pick winners in races. Even the most knowledgeable experts can get surprised by the Kentucky Derby. Here's why it's difficult to definitely say who will win. All right, cool. Let's see what you got to say about this, Gemini. Unforeseen circumstances. Horses can have bad days. Jockeys can make mistakes. Unexpected favors like weather can influence the outcome. Close competition. Several horses have a strong chance of winning this year. Trainers and jockeys strategize heavily, making the race unpredictable. I can offer some resources to help you pick. Thanks. Remember, the Kentucky Derby is exciting because it's anyone's race. Thanks, Gemini. Anyway, I kind of assumed that's what it would say. But what are you going to do? It is exciting. It's fun. But yeah, Mystik Dan. Let's all root for him. And we'll know here. And I think the race is at what time? Okay, what time? Let's see. Well, we'll just Google what time is the Kentucky Derby. Y'all know when? 6:57. So literally a little over an hour. About an hour and 10 minutes. You won't find out. So I don't know if I'll be going this long, but maybe I'll put something in the description about it. That'd be smart. That'd be smart to do. So anyway, what else has been going on here? Went to Charlotte last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. Went to see Jude and the Lion and Needtobreathe. Really good. Went to PNC Pavilion down there in Charlotte. Really good atmosphere. A lot of fun. First concert in maybe over a year. I don't remember the last time I went to a concert. But it was good. It was fun. Jude and the Lion, I've seen them at a beer festival called Moo and Brew in Charlotte. And that they crushed it. They came out, they played Mr. Brightside. They have, if you don't know who Jude and the Lion are, they look them up. They're folk rock band, I guess you could say. Back in the day, I think their main hit was called Take It All Back. And I'll take it all back. I'll take it all back just to have you. So look it up, YouTube, and I would play it here, but I don't want to get a strike against me on my YouTube channel here. And that's also another thing. Well, we won't talk about that, but using fair use, like using music, using movie scenes and stuff in your content, it can be done. Which I'm looking at ways to do that. I think it might be more fun and kind of brighten up the atmosphere a little bit. But anyway, saw them. They were really good. They only played for 45 minutes, but they crushed it. They did play Mr. Brightside, which they crushed it. Brought somebody on stage, some girl. Help him out, sing chorus. Went well. I was impressed. Let's see.
And Need to Breathe, I had never heard of them before going down there. I was listening to them on Spotify on a drive down, and I didn't realize they were kind of Christian rock, Christian folk rock, I would say. What genre? Let's see. What genre is the man need to breathe? Well, this says alternative rock from South Carolina. The band identifies as a rock band, but it's often categorized as a Christian rock band. Well, that makes sense. Hey, dude. So anyway, yeah, Christian rock band, but lyrics are good. The only thing when they first came out, I thought the music they were playing was like overshadowing the lyrics, so I could barely understand the lyrics, which that's usually what I listen for when I'm listening to music anyway. But it worked out. It's like they dialed it back down. They had a little acoustic set. I think they almost played for 2 hours, but they crushed it. They had a few covers, so I recommend it. Tickets were not that bad. So if you're bored, have nothing to do, they're in your area, go see them. Yeah, it was really good. Um, and I've still been listening to some of their songs lately. Rocky, but I mean, but it's not overpowering Christian rock. I would say it's more of just them just talking about like life lessons, love, things like that. So it's worth a listen to anyway. But just the music's good. I mean, they can play. Then plus they've been a band for almost 20 years, and some other people I know that have been talking about them, or that when I told them I went and saw that band, they were like, "Oh, but you went and saw Need to Breathe? They're good." And I was like, felt like I was one of the last ones to know about them. But it's kind of how it goes. Anybody with who tells you about good music, keep them in your life. They're good people. Keep you up to date and stuff. So anyway, really, yeah. Did that. Of course, playing golf again. What else? It's really the highlight of what's been going on lately. Not anything wild and crazy. Mm, what else? What's else? Orioles are crushing it this year. Um, so here's the thing. Haven't watched the Orioles game all year. Right now they're up 3-up. Nope, that's when they won last night 3-0 against the Reds. But they play at 6:40 tonight, so another hour. 21-11 right now, crushing it, killing it. Let's go. But yeah. So we have MLB TV. Side note for people who have VPNs and stuff, you can set all right. Well, let me take it back a little bit. That for those who purchase like the Sunday package, like those where you can watch the games and stuff, you need to. They black out the games in your local area. So of course they black out Baltimore and the Nationals for me, which sucks and is lame. But just because I guess they think I can get it on local channels, but cord cutter now, no cable here. I do have YouTube TV, which I'm utilizing a lot. But so anyway, if you buy MLB TV and if you also get a VPN, you can set it up to where you can change the location of your internet of yourself. Hope that kind of makes sense. And that where you can say like, "Hey, I'm in Chicago," and you can watch the Orioles that way. So anyway, side note for people who are looking. I mean, is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. I mean, you're still paying for MLB TV, and it's not like you're all you're doing is spoofing your location. Which I would. What's the percent? Let's fact check this. How many people use a VPN? According to VPN provider Surfshark, 1.6 billion people use VPNs worldwide. So was there 8 billion people in this world? So 1/8, I mean, or a quarter of people, 25% use that. Well, they said 31%. Well, I did my own math. Whatever. So not sure where I was going with that point, but it's not bad. I mean, just if you want to kind of hide your traffic and encrypt some messages, and that way your internet service provider is not always kind of big brother in you, then use it. I mean, keeps you a little safer on the internet as well, as far as when you're purchasing stuff and if people are trying to target you for something. So why not? But anyway, Aura's kicking ass. That's good. Jackson Holiday came up for a little bit. Not quite ready. Didn't do terrible, but didn't do great either. But something to look forward to. He's going to be a rock star coming up. Lakers are out. Terrible. You know, I mean, just it's like they only wanted to win the in-season championship. But then they did. But they can't get it together. Come playoff time, can't get it together. And it's just fault of, I don't know if it's GM's fault, it's LeBron's fault, just the people they're putting around them. We don't know. Or I don't know. But it's just LeBron and Anthony Davis can't do it all by themselves. And I think the whole let's build up all-star teams and try to make a run at something is over now. Like the Celtics did it. You know, it worked there for a while when he went to Miami, when LeBron went to Miami, but it's like almost every team has that now. And like, you know, the Nuggets, I mean, they have Murray, Jokic, Carl, no, who do they have? Who's the other player? But they're not big names. I mean, obviously Jokic is now. Murray is, but you know, they actually play ball. They're actually pretty good. So, I mean, Dallas is doing pretty well. So yeah, just, you know, team ball. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I don't know what I'm trying to go with that point. I'm acting like I'm talking like I should be a GM or something, but obviously the formula's not working, so something needs to be changed. Something needs to happen. But shout out LeBron. I mean, you know, he's roughly a little older than me, 37, 38, still playing, still plays well. I kind of predict that he's waiting for his son Bronny to get into the NBA, and he'll probably try to play a season with him. And go that route. Play a season with him, then probably call it deuces. We'll see you. All right, moving on. I'm sidetracking here based on everything I wanted to talk about in the beginning, but let's get into it here. That's a brief overview of what I've been doing lately. Catching you up I can't even talk tonight because allergies are crushing again. But catching everyone up what I've been doing. But let's see. So people pleasing. What is people pleasing? It's to me it's when you're trying. It is what it is. It is exactly what it's when you say it out loud. You're just when anybody asks you something, when you talk to them, you agree with them, you say yes. You know, you get caught up in things you don't actually want to do because you just don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to make them upset. You just say yes because you know that you don't want to be a monster and you don't want them to think of you as an asshole or something like that. So you just go ahead and do that. And just do whatever they ask. Is it wrong? No, because, you know, I'm a firm believer, you know, I want to help out people. I enjoy helping out people. Seeing them be successful and me helping them be successful means a lot to me. So I don't but it's just hard to say no sometimes. You know, I mean, just because, again, like I said, you just don't want to be a monster. You just don't want to. But when people do it to you, I mean, you just kind of like, well, I get it, but you don't like it. But what are you going to do? But is everybody a people pleaser? No. But is the majority of people pleasing? I don't think so. I mean, where are the lines drawn? I mean, what are some examples of people pleasing? You know, well, I just gave some. You know, like, you know, your buddy comes over, like, or not your buddy, but let's just say an acquaintance comes over and is like, "Hey, can you help me move?" Well, you don't want to say no, but you don't want to say yes either because, you know, moving sucks. I hate moving stuff. But you know, you just try to be a good person. I mean, you know, when you get caught up with some random pieces of work that are really not your job per se. If this is probably a good example that you get other duties as assigned, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, if you really could help out with doing this whole report on the annexation of Puerto Rico, then why don't you go ahead and do that? It's like, no, I don't want to do that. It's lame. But you go ahead and do it anyway, just because your boss asked you or somebody close to you asked you. So, but I guess obviously we all know what people pleasing is. I feel like, but maybe I just wanted to talk about the negative impacts of people pleasing and maybe the mental health that happens with it. I'm sorry for sniffling, y'all. Sorry. Maybe I'll cut that out when I edit this. But, mental health, people pleasing, takes a toll on you. Also, you lose time you don't get back, and time is one of the most valuable assets that we have. And if we can't get it back, then shit. It's gone wasted. But at the end of the day, did you do something productive? Yes. Did you help out a friend? Maybe. But are you doing something that just gives you agony? Like, hey, I didn't want to be in this position, which it could be, going to a party. Like I wanted to stay in tonight. Maybe that could be your thing, but you didn't want to say no to a friend or say no to somebody who really wanted you to come just because they didn't have anything going on, or you sign up for a concert that you don't really want to go to. I don't know. Everyone's got their own examples. I'm not saying that's subjectively speaking by me, but I'm just trying to give examples of people pleasing. And then, like, all of a sudden you go into this, whatever it is, whether it be going to a show, going to a social gathering, inviting friends over, hanging out with a friend. You're just like, oh my! And the whole time, all you're doing is just counting down the seconds to when you can leave. It's like, oh, is this my time to leave? Is this it? It sucks. And then, you put yourself in a bad mood, and you get into this negative state, and that's just all you keep thinking about. It's tough. It's hard. And your overall well-being goes down. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than that. And how do you get out of it? How do you fix people pleasing? How do you not become a people pleaser? I guess to say no. No is one of the most powerful words you can say. But once you say no, because people know that you're not a pushover, they know that you'll stand your ground. They know that you stand up for something. Here, I'm looking up something right now. I was trying to look up a statistic. But it's good to do. Once you say no, you gain power in a sense. You know that it's okay to say no. You know that you don't always have to say yes. It's just people pleasing is just a really complex issue. And I don't know how to dive deeper into it or break free from its hold or even just talk about it more intelligently other than what I'm doing right now. And I think that was part of the reason, like, I feel like I sometimes do these solo episodes is to actually articulate more about my thoughts and I'm feeling about it rather than writing or journaling, just because I want to. So when it comes up about people pleasing or whatever the subject is, I can actually articulate better. But again, let's go back here. With that said, let's go back a little bit and try something. Buck, you okay? I think he got his ball stuck. Hey, dude. But again, like I said, you're afraid of losing friends. It's a fear of rejection. Which that is a fear of a lot of people, I would say. You don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be disliked. You don't want to be ostracized. Maybe it comes from childhood experiences where you're trying to get approval from other people. So why do you always say yes and no, or yes, not no? I feel like I can relate to that part just because just being growing up that if I told somebody like no, I didn't want to help them out, like if it was your grandparents, a family member, or whatever, I do remember saying like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go do that or whatever. I didn't want to go work or mow the yard or something stupid like that. That I was getting, what's the word am I, not disciplined, but in a way of being told like how bad of a person I am because I don't want to help out or do something. In which I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should always help out, but if you can't help out, help out. But I mean, this is like a double-edged sword. It's really tough to talk about. But for saying no, I was almost like being criticized for saying no. Like, what? I don't want to go do it. Then it's like, well, then you go do it. Like, how come I have to do it? Like, why don't you go help out and do whatever? So I mean, from a childhood experience, I mean, you could easily just say like, well, I guess well, I did something and that was a mistake, and so no matter what, I'm just going to go ahead and say yes to everything. And then does that lead to low self-esteem? What's your self-worth? I mean, what's your value? I mean, do you like I said earlier, I get value in helping people fulfill their needs. I believe, when people confide in me about stuff and there's something I can do to help them, that it means something special to me. So, but I don't know. That's I don't know what else I can say about it, but besides, it is difficult to say no. It's difficult to when you have a burden onto yourself. It's difficult to disappoint somebody. When you take responsibility for others' emotions, I don't know. You can't, but you do. Or I do anyway. It's like you're ignoring their needs. You're ignoring them. You're ignoring the friendship. I mean, it's kryptonite. You got to watch out for the situations. Watch out for what triggers your people-pleasing tendencies. Like pushy salespeople is one thing to me. Like, they come in, and I immediately hate when people push me to do something. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be something I'm already told myself I'm going to do it. So, for example, here, what's this use like a salesperson thing that I'm going into Best Buy and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go buy this TV. I'm going to go buy this soundboard or not soundboard, soundbar or something along those natures. Got it picked out. I've already done my research. I'm ready to go. They come in and they start trying to sell me something else. Give me all these reasons why it's better than what I'm looking at, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately just shut down and I just get through the whole conversation. And I'm just counting the seconds away I can get away from this person, and I'm gone. See you later, dude. Deuces. I just hate it. I don't know why. I think maybe that stems from childhood for people pushing me to do stuff that I don't want to do. But I know that they're doing their job. I'm not knocking salespeople. I'm not doing anything by that by any means, but it just sucks, and I hate it. So annoying. So immediately, like I said, it could be just something for clothes or something like I don't want this anymore just because you're talking to me. Maybe I'm just not a sociable person. Maybe that's what it is. But that's where it shows up. I mean, that's one thing. But seems like before I still almost kind of people please just because I entertain their sales pitch. And the whole time I was like, shut up. I hate you. Like, I hate this store now. So, all right. Get it back together, Chris. Come on, let's do it. Get it back together. Lighten up things up. But again, how do you break free from people pleasing? I don't know. Recognize situations, like I just said. Recognize that these things you go into might hook you or trigger that, like the sales Best Buy thing. Learn to say no. Again, that's another one. I'm not saying don't say no like in an asshole-ish way, but say it politely. Just establish your boundaries. Just always say like, hey, you want to protect time and energy. Like I said earlier, time you don't get back, energy you don't want to waste energy on something lame. Focus on your self-care, and just maybe self-compassion. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be kind to yourself. I feel like that's some things I maybe struggle with. So, all right, moving on. People, I think I talked about that long enough. But write in the comments. Send me an email about people pleasing and what you're doing, like things I just didn't talk about, things you're doing to get over that, or things to mitigate that, feel better about yourself, all that good stuff. I don't know. All right, moving on. Get it back. Allergies crushing me. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this. What I said, I got broke down here that I want to talk about finding your purpose. I think it's something we all can relate to. But if you have a purpose, you can live a really fulfilling life. Especially if you're very self-aware and you have self-reflection to identify your personal values and your interests, and you know how to use that to pursue whatever you want to do, whether it's you want to make notebooks, if you want to make a new cell phone, if you want to, build computers for a living. But let those guide you to whatever you're doing and make yourself happy. If you don't find your purpose and you're just kind of just moving forward without any direction. Are you really moving forward? Or are you just going with the plan? Yeah. I feel like it's what I do. But I'm not to say I haven't found my purpose. I'm just still looking for it. And sometimes I feel like I have found it. Sometimes I feel like I don't. But maybe that's just for me entertaining new ideas and looking for new things. Let me ask here about finding your purpose. It's different for everybody. You just have to know what you like, know how to go after it, and forget about everything else. If you want to play music for a living, do it. Don't let somebody rain on your parade. If that gives you happiness, if that gives you a sense of you're doing something great, then do it. Like you're contributing to the world. You're contributing to yourself. You're happy. That's the main thing. Let's ask AI about defining your purpose. Let's see what it has to say. All right. Let's go through this real quick. The search of purpose is a universal human experience. Here's a deeper exploration to help your listeners embark on this journey. Cool. Thanks. Defining purpose. Okay, let's see what it says. It's more than just a job. Purpose is the defining force that gives your life meaning and direction. Okay, said that. It's unique. What fulfills one person might not resonate with another. Your purpose is a personal compass. Okay, valid. It can evolve. Your purpose isn't static. It can change and grow as you learn. Well, that's the things I just talked about. And I think that's what happens to me. You think you do love something, and you don't know what you don't know until you actually try it. You actually go down the road and like, hey, let's do this. Let's figure it out. Let's see if I actually do like this, or is it just, a lot of things I feel like I am interested in is just because I'm bored at the moment. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should do this. And then I start doing it. It's like, oh, I don't really like this. Like, this takes up too much time. This is not much fun. So, again, following this, self-reflection is key. Unearthing values. Identify your core values, the fundamental principles that guide your decisions. What truly matters to you? Exploring passions. What activities ignite your spirit and bring you joy? These passions can be clues to your purpose. Strength and skills. Recognize your natural talents and skills. How can you utilize them to contribute to something bigger? Life experiences. All right, let's look at challenges. I don't want to read all this. Fear of failure. Well, that's everybody. Fear of rejection, fear of failure. Definitely lame. The comparison trap. Comparison's a thief of joy. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Stay focused on your own unique journey. Finding support. Surround yourself with positive, encouraging people who believe in you and your dreams. Purpose isn't always grand. Small actions, big impact. Finding purpose doesn't require world-changing acts. It can be about. I can't talk tonight, man. These allergies are crushing. It can be about small, everyday actions that contribute to something bigger. Seek ways to contribute your skills. The journey matters. Call to action. No, we don't want to read that. So anyway, there we go. Yeah, I'll be going for about 40 minutes here. Just looked at my thing, which is more than what I expected to go for, so this is good. Again, write down comments in the section. Just send me an email. Do it. Make a spoofed email. You know, don't have to send me your names or anything, but maybe I'll talk about it on the next episode, like, you know, ways that you got past people pleasing, or how you actually found your purpose in life by actually signing up for things like a cooking class or a book club or something. I don't know, or just making yourself do something out of the ordinary. So, anyway, again, Kentucky Derby's gonna be coming up here soon. I'm gonna watch that. Mystik Dan, we're all rooting for him. Orioles are out. Our Orioles are still baseballing. Let's see what else. Kind of a quick reflection. Rocky, you got anything? He's still got his ball. He's still playing. I don't know if you can see him on camera, but he's over there. I think that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to my stuff. And we'll see you in the future. Okay? Go be happy. Go pet a dog. Go walk outside. Go do something. All right, that's it. That's me. That's the podcast. Be good to yourselves. Stay classy. I'm out.